Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. This is Joseph, and this is the New Age Mystic Podcast. And tonight, this is going to be me tonight, which is okay, because tomorrow I got two people coming onto the show, and they're going to share their opinions on basically the topic we're going to go over tonight. So I'm basically just going to touch base a little bit on relationships, right? So not necessarily just romantic. We're going to talk more so about platonic relationships and how it affects your daily life and your future as well too, and basically just going off of who you are as a person, how you represent yourself, how you carry yourself, what drives you in the morning, you know what I mean? I'm just going to start from the top and how it affects my relationships. Like, we'll just go in on a little day-to-day basis, right? So I'll typically wake up early in the morning. I'll jump out of bed. Like, I literally jump out of bed, just before my alarm, because subconsciously you set that alarm clock already. Like, usually when I jump out of bed, I'm coming from the 5D, I'm jumping back in, I'm like sweating a little bit, wake up, instantly chug water, you know what I mean? And I just sit there for a good 10 minutes, you know what I mean? And I just keep my eyes closed and I just process everything. I allow myself to breathe, I allow myself to wake up, right? And then I start with my morning affirmations. You hit a good prayer, you say thank you, you're grateful for today, and you're alive. You know what I mean? And you're choosing to tell yourself you're gonna have a great day, you're gonna go out there and you're gonna do it. So after you do that, your morning routine, your meditations, your rituals, your prayers, you go on about your day. The intermittent fasting throughout the day, so we're staying away from the flesh throughout the day. We're more so within the spirit. And when we're in the spirit, we're able to, tap in and be more in tune with the universe and everything around you, allowing you to manifest and create, you know what I mean? So you're setting an intention when you go out into the world. I'm going to set pure intentions, I'm going to honor those around me as I honor myself, right? And be truthful, So if you want genuine relationships in your life with platonic or romantic, start off being truthful. You know what I mean? Ask people what their intentions are from the jump. And you'll know instantly, and you'll save yourself a heartache, heartbreak, headache, whatever the case might be. You'll save yourself from that, Keep that in mind, Start throwing them questions out there, Learn from my mistakes, dude. Like, ask them what their intentions are, especially with friendships too. Like, hey man, what do you how are you as a friend, you know what I mean? Or how are you as a person? Start asking them about their morals and values, or even just start speaking of yours in front of them. See how they react. Either it's going to be in a positive manner or a negative manner, and you'll obviously pick up on that energy. Also, like with relationships in general, it's like a give and take as well, especially if it's a genuine connection with this said friend or said lover, person. When you want to get into a relationship with somebody, either platonic or romantic, go in with the intention of giving. You know what I mean? And if you see that the other person is not reciprocating, you should probably stop. You know what I mean? And not necessarily like material things. I want to talk about energy, exchange of it. Like, don't give too much of yourself away to certain people. You know what I mean? Like, don't show too much of yourself. I can understand some of my friends are like, dang, dude, like, you literally just like blew out your whole life. It's like, dude, it's like one of those energies, like, you just freaking know. Like, you're just certain, dude. Like, because you're just tapped in, man. Like, if you're not at peace with yourself, or you're not, healed, and you haven't done your internal work, you're not going to know for certain. You know what I mean? Those when them rose-colored glasses come in. You're just blinded to it. Your discernment's off. So, pray for discernment. Especially when you encounter new people. Especially when you pray. Like, Lord, I pray that you remove all the people, places, and things that no longer serve me or align me to my highest good. And watch those people separate from your path, or just veer away from your path, or you don't even see them as much anymore. They don't want to interact with you. And it's just like, sweet. You know what I mean? It's just letting the universe handle that for you. And whatever you wants you to. But you got to choose yourself, and you want those good relationships, like healthy relationships. Those are the type of people who want you to choose yourself, want you to keep improving yourself, keep pouring into yourself, because they know what you're capable of and what you can do, without even telling you, if that makes sense, right? But they're going to show you, because that's love. You feel me? Like, even like amongst friends, like, that's love. Like, I'm going to show y'all, you feel me? Like, because like, no man at the end of the day likes being told what to do, right? Like, nobody likes that. So you gotta show them, show them like kindness, and especially like when you guys speak and you say things, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. The energy behind your voice and how it's projected onto the people. Man, you can just say, Pop-Tart sandwich. You know what I mean? I don't know, somebody probably felt some type of way from saying Pop-Tart sandwich, and they felt calm about it, but then they're just like, wait, what? And it just doesn't matter what word it is, but it's just how you portray it, right? It's the energy you put behind it, if that makes sense. But keep in mind the people you have relationships with, you're sharing your energy with them. You're inviting them into your life. You're sharing parts of yourself with these people. It's a very sacred union. You know what I mean? There should be trust there, right? Because love is just something that just comes and goes, nowadays. Because, like, I can understand with some relationships or marriages, like, they got to rekindle the flame. But it all boils down to loyalty. I believe more so loyalty above love, if that makes sense. I understand love is the highest frequency in the world, right? You can use that to manifest and operate from. But it's that loyalty, you know what I mean? You can say whatever, do whatever, but just be respectful and loyal. You know what I mean? Like, when you're with friends or relationships, be respectful to one another. Honor them as you'd honor yourself, right? Your body's a temple, your worth, right? So you should deem your friends as worthy as well, being around you, equally. You know what I mean? Never make somebody else feel smaller than you. They're the big dog of their world. You're the big dog of your world. You know what I mean? You gotta respect one another. You're both co-creators. You're both trying to coexist and be peaceful. So in times where you need to be patient with certain friends too, or people or relationships, just be understanding that you two grew up in both two completely different environments with different situations. You might have had similar experiences and whatnot, but everybody's different. You know what I mean? So there's going to be conflict. There's going to be a little bit of confrontation, but be respectful about it. Don't try to, just get one on somebody because they did something wrong. You know what I mean? And you just keep going along your path. Well, what's that do to the other person, right? It's going to veer them off their path. You know what I mean? Especially if they're, not with the Most High, or know themselves, or can able to pull themselves back together. You know what I mean? Like, they're going to have to veer off, do whatever off their course. And then if they turn to God, guess what? He gonna steer them back on course. You know what I mean? Like, you got to be careful who you choose in your life. You know what I mean? Like, you are who you surround yourself with, right? It's not who you want. Who you are is what you attract. It's who you are, what you believe it is that you want to attract, if that makes sense. I think that's the best way to phrase that. But in relationships, right? Friendships, platonic, romantic, you got to believe in one another, but you got to believe in yourself more than anything. Because once you stop believing in yourself, those people gonna stop believing in you too, right? So don't give up on yourself, ever. You know what I mean? Believe it until it's not. You feel me? Like, keep putting your best efforts out there. You know what I mean? Like, put yourself in that position. Be the best friend that you wish you were proud of. Be authentic around these people. And they'll be authentic around you too. But if you're fake around these people, they'll be fake around you too. Because it's the energy, it's reciprocated. You know what I mean? It's a give and take. That's the energy you're creating. That's the environment you're creating. That's the unsafe space you would create. So create a safer space within yourself, so you can create a safer space outside of yourself. You know what I mean? So you don't always have to go inside of yourself. You can be outside. You can learn to have fun. You know what I mean? So yeah, friendships, relationships, they're supposed to be fun. You know, it's an experience together. You grow through life together. You know what I mean? Some people have lifelong friends, which is awesome. You know, and some people have friends that they've been friends with since childhood, and not a lot of people have that. You know what I mean? Because of how society is and how people were raised, and everybody was just brought up different. You know, and there's just been so many like world problems out there. It just cause so many distractions and break away good relationships and friendships from people. But you know, you got to believe that it's for the best good, you know, because you're being protected, you're being shielded from something or someone, whatever the case might be, because it's out of love, you know. And there's a plan for everybody in this world. You know, whether you believe it or not, there is a reason why you're alive. There's a reason you do what you do. There's a reason you think the way you think. There's a reason you feel the way you feel. You know, it's a very unique and special gift that we have as being humans. You know, spiritual beings living through a human perspective. You know, you gotta honor these people around you, man. They're like a part of you too. Like, especially like when you choose yourself, man, and you just keep being yourself authentically every single day, walking your truth, being your truth, keeping your morals and values aligned. The moment you wake up to the moment you fall asleep, you know, stay in character. You know, if you stay in character, you will attract more people like that. You know what I mean? They're like, you don't gotta go finding or looking for people like that, because your people will always find you. You know what I mean? Your soul tribe, bro. You know, there's different, you know, lifetimes and past times where people have met in past life connections, have relations, you know, like different genders, you know, different roles. You know, someone could have been a brother, mother, sister, father, grandfather, whatever. But you have that warm feeling of just knowing, the inner knowing. When you're around some certain type of people, it's an energy. And it's very safe, it's very secure, it's very warm, it's playful, it's very childlike, right? Because it's your inner child, you know what I mean? Like, if your inner childs are just like vibing, they're locked in, you know. That's how you know. You know what I mean? Like, these people won't have a second agenda for you, or they won't ask for nothing in return, you know what I mean? But best expected, they call you up and need help, you go help them, bro. You know what I mean? Like, these people are gonna be patient with you. They're gonna be understanding with you. You know, you always gotta look over your shoulder because they got your back. You know, big or small, tall or big, it don't matter. You know, it's who you are. It's who that person is. You know, if they can see themselves for themselves, bro, as long as you see yourself too. You know what I mean? Don't get lost in people, for real. You know, pick each other up when you fall down. You know, if someone's struggling, help them out. You know what I mean? I'm not saying you just keep giving them money, but you can also show them ways to get money too. Because you got to remember, not everybody's a bank. You know, everybody struggles every now and then. But it's not the end of the world, man. You don't always worry about struggle, because you deserve, like, a life of lavish, man. Especially with your friends, bro. Like, you should want to see these people succeed. You want to see them win, bro. You know, show them success. Show them that they can do that. Give them that confidence and drive that they need. You feel me? Like, but the thing is, you gotta show that to them. You know, if they don't know it already, bro, like, show it. Help them out. You know what I mean? But they gotta be willing. You know what I mean? See if they catch up on the, you know, the lingos, your mannerisms, your energy. See if they pick up on that. Because sometimes some of you are just like, have a very healing energy around people, bro. You know, I understand that I got strong opinions and whatnot, but, like, don't we all? You know what I mean? You know, I like to think for myself. You know, but yeah, you know, think for yourself. You know, especially in friendships, relationships, platonic, romantic. Don't try and think for the other person, because if that other person isn't like on track or on, you know, pace with what you got going on, you could be planning something for like 20 years down the road, and here you are going out of your way doing things for both people, right? And it's causing conflict, right? Or when this person wants to jump ahead and do this, right? So that's why you gotta grow together, bro. You know what I mean? It's not a competition. You know, you help each other move along the way. You know what I mean? Or one person could already be up there, but they're gonna meet you where you at. You know, or vice versa, because of who you are, not what you have, not what you are. You know, they see you for you. They don't see through you. You know, they don't see you as a convenience. They don't see you as like an opportunity to just make some money real quick. You know, and it's very genuine. You know, it should be kind. You know, there's gonna be a little bickering, a little teasing and stuff like that, but like that's just all human emotions you'll go through. But the thing is, you'll be able to sit down and talk about it. You know, you can share your problems with and be truthful. You know, especially with certain people. You know, you can be vulnerable around certain people too that you trust. You know, and allow into your circle. You know, and I can understand that some people could look at you like, oh, he's a loner. You don't mess with people. You don't have people hang out with him. And it's like, well, that's just like the only times that like people never see that person. You know what I mean? Or they could be, you know, not getting that. And it's just like vice versa, because if it was all happening at the same time, you know what I mean? Everybody's being blessed. Everybody's having a good time at the same time. You know what I mean? It's just, there's like a balance in it. You know what I mean? There's got to be a fairness to it. There's always a fairness, you know. You gotta be fair in relationships, you know. Like, I'm not saying like be 50-50 or anything like that, but in some cases it does work. But you should be the ruler of your own universe. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter who makes more money or whatever the case might be. As long as you're both on the same mindset, same heart, you know, same frequency, y'all just moving, bro. It's life, bro. It's a tool. You know what I mean? Especially with relationships and friendships, bro. Don't let money get between y'all. You know, we understand this is like the currency of the world and what we have to operate and use. Yes. So you should make it. It is a priority, but you should square it away. You know what I mean? You should never be emotional about it. You should be logical about stuff like that. Never be emotional about, you know, money. You know what I mean? Or just tools in general. It's a tool. You know what I mean? Like, you can get mad at a wrench. I mean, it's happened before. Like, don't get me wrong, bro. Like, I've had conversation with a wrench before, bro. It just grows legs and just walks away, and then I swear, man. And then, like, in some relationships too, you know, even platonic, you know, friendships. You know, you guys could be friends for years, you know, and not even talk for like over 8 years, and pick it up where you left off. But you still keep each other updated, you know, like once a year, pop in, let them know you're alive, and you just pick up where you left off, because it's like one of those like soul tribes, like you just know. And it's like very rare to have something like that too, you know what I mean? Speaking from experience, you know, my relationship with my buddy, you know, like it was awesome. You know, he moved down here, took that leap of faith, you know, months after I took my leap of faith, come down to Florida. I said, hey man, I need you to come manage my fitness business, dude. You know what I mean? Like, shoot videos for me, do my content, you know what I mean? Help your photography business up and your streaming business, and, you know, try and go through life together while, you know, pursuing our dreams, you know what I mean? Like, and people looked at us like we had problems, like, oh, these people are right, all this stuff's happened to them, they suck. But it's like, people didn't realize, right, that all this wrong, all this bad happening to you, right, when you're growing up and you're going through life, right, maybe it's because there's something right with you, because you're being challenged, and you become more beautiful as you grow. You become more strong. You become more independent. You know, you become more of who you are, you know, if you choose to be. You know, you choose to allow yourself to heal, to forgive yourself for putting yourself in people, places, situations, or environments that might have, you know, brought harm to you or hurt you in a manner, you know. And I could seem that it's very unfair how, you know, the Most High, or God as we call it, you know, I like to use God as a filler, but it's the Most High, you know, the divine, the universe, you know, it's all orchestrated. You know, there's a reason why we're placed in each other's lives. There's certain lessons our soul needs to experience and feel to go through, because we're living in a human experience. You know what I mean? When you're in the astral plane, you don't have a material body, you're just energy. Because we're energy now, but we're vibrating at a certain frequency where we're matter, if that makes sense, right? So with these people, right, as you know, wild as it sounds, you know, understanding with different people's backgrounds and how life has been, you know, but we sign a soul contract before we come into this world about what it is we're going to do and what we're set out to be, you know. And this is just my opinion, my theory on it, but I'm seeing it, you know what I mean? And especially with people, and they're seeing it too. Relationships are, base it off of a season, you know, typically like a 3-month cycle. Base a relationship with platonic or romantic, give it 3 months. 3 months time is plenty of time. You know, we don't want to try and measure it, but that's typically a season, if that makes sense. But that soul contract is just with all those lessons that your soul set the intention out to go learn. You know, and the Most High, the Divine, they have a plan for everybody. You know, there's a mission, you know, because we all come from them, you know, whether you like it or not, but it's my truth. You know, if we're being called to do something, we have to do it. Especially when you went through all those dark nights and all those things were happening to you. You know what I mean? And you just kept pushing through it. You know, you thought different, you felt different, but you overcame it. You know, you became more powerful, and you can attract those types of relationships in. You know, people see you, you know, as powerful, respectful, like this person is confident in their own skin. You know, this person obviously loves themselves by the way they carry themselves, how they speak, how they talk, how they approach others. You know, and that stuff matters. You know, your mannerisms. You know, how you present yourself. You know, be real though. You know, just be you. You know, don't try to pretend to be somebody you're not just to try to be friends with somebody either. You know, you don't want to attract fake energy. You feel me? You don't want to do that. You know, I guess I can understand why some people grew up as being loners, and it's like, that's okay. You know, there's nothing wrong with being a loner at all. You know, you're protecting yourself. You're protected. You know, there's a certain mission for you, you know. So don't feel like shunned out. You know what I mean? It's totally okay, because everybody has different life paths too. You know what I mean? Especially like with friendships too. If you want to really find some like great friendships, ask people what their life path is, or teach them what it is, enlighten them, let them know. You know, I've been doing that quite a bit, and it's help people for the better, see themselves more, carry themselves better, more confident, hopeful. That's the most important one, hopeful. You know, I'm going to give hope to the people. I'm going to give hope to my friends. You know, they're pouring into me, I'm going to pour into them. But most importantly, you got to go into attention with pouring into them. You know, friendships, relationships, they're investments too. We live in a monetized material world as well, you know. So don't let that get between you. But that's something you have to deal with. You know, that's the reality of it. But never become emotional about it. You know what I mean? Shoot. And just be real with one another. Always be real, man. Be honest. And want the best for that person, you know? Always want what's best for that person. You know, and like when you see that person winning, and you may be losing, just know God's in control of that. The Most High is in control of whether you win or whether you lose. But when you see your friends winning, congratulate them. Praise them. Give that respect. Give that recognition. Because isn't that what you would want? You know what I mean? Be the best friend you wish you were proud of. You feel me? Give them people that love. You know? Especially if they don't hear it. Pick up on that. Be that person for them, but don't be the people pleaser. Don't just go out of their way and just trying really hard to just get this person. Just take your time. Let them unfold themselves in front of you, if that makes sense. Give it time. That's that thing again. But, give it a season. And then go through another season. And then go through a whole year of seasons. And go from there. Base it off that. Like, see how you grow through a whole season. You know what I mean? And then you can consider them, loved ones. You feel me? Or, you know what I mean? But if you know, you just know. You feel me? So, but you gotta be certain, though. You just gotta knock out all the bases. You feel me? Like, it's gotta align with your morals and your values. You gotta set boundaries for yourself, and like, you gotta respect other people's boundaries. And in some cases, if they have similar boundaries too as well, it works. But especially like with friendships too, or relationships, like opposites attract, bro. Like, you guys don't have to be the exact same, like the same stuff and do all the same stuff, like, but you could still be in that energy of like, you know what, I love that, she does stuff like that because of how she is, or how she takes care of herself, or how it makes her feel. I love that about her. Or, dang, dude, I love how he be, doing this, or, it makes him happy. Like, even though I don't really like it, I think it's stupid, but like, he loves it, you may not think it's like cute what she's doing or lovely, but it's like, oh, you love it because that's what that person's doing, you know what I mean? That's just who they are. That's how they express their soul, you know what I mean? Especially with friendships, be around people who want to express their soul with you, be creative with you, create with you, not destroy, you know what I mean? Or put yourself with self-sabotaging people. But obviously, if your friend is going through something, bro, like, see how they're doing, talk with them, meet them where they at, figure out what's going on, don't judge them, hear what they gotta say, listen to understand, not listen, when to speak with people, empathize with them, be there for them, because that's what you would want too, is the reciprocation, man. But don't expect it in return. You'll get it when you need it, not when you want it, if that makes sense. But man, relationships are beautiful. They can be lasting, they can be short, they can be sweet, and they can be sour. You'll encounter plenty of them, man. Just take the good from the bad, or the bad from the good. That's up to you, but transmute it. Learn those lessons, those are your experiences that you chose, the choices you made, to go through those friendships, relationships, you understand? And sometimes the Most High will definitely orchestrate to make you be with certain people